Hi everyone, today I'm going to record the 90th chapter of my novel Farishta. So let's start. I found Winterthur Museum very ordinary, didn't impress me. In Pakistan, I had seen Texla Museum, Lahore Museum, Peshawar Museum, and the museums in Charsadda and Swat. In Peshawar, Texla, Charsadda, and Swat, there were precious statues of Buddha and unique things of Buddhism and Gandhara. Anyway, after visiting that museum, I thanked that lady and accepted 2 tickets of Villa Flora and came out from that museum. I was thinking that I will definitely see Erwin Schatzman because in his postcard he mentioned about the northern areas of Pakistan. He visited these areas when he was young and praised their beauty a lot. I came back to Asylum Center and spoke with Sheffer that I want to meet with Erwin Schatzman. He gave me bus number, gave me the printout of his home address. I thought I will go and see him this evening. There was his phone number at the back of the postcard, so I dialed his phone number. Someone answered from other side. He said in German. He said in German accent, "Hello." I introduced myself and asked him for meeting. He said, "This evening I'm at home. I'm working on some project. You can come today. There's a track above your asylum center which comes straight to my place." I said, "No, I will come by bus." He said, "As you wish. When you get off from the bus, then you will have to walk along the train track. You will see my house from very far. My house is always strange and different from new visitors." I said, "Okay, then see you in the evening." After that, I disconnected the telephone. In the evening, I took the bus, which Sheffer told me, and went to Schatzman home. When I got off from the bus, then I started walking along the railway track. I asked one guy who was walking on the road that where is Schatzman's house. He said, "Very colorful house, which you see there is the house of Erwin Schatzman." This house was an old building. When I came closer to the house, I found so many wooden statues in the courtyard. One guy was working on some wooden statue. I introduced myself. I'm coming from Asylum Center and my name is Farishta Sabazwari. I thought this gentleman was Erwin Schatzman. I thought this gentleman is Erwin Schatzman, the one who invited me. But he said, "I didn't recognize you." I said, "Aren't you Erwin Schatzman?" He said, "Oh yes. So you are here to see Erwin Schatzman. He is inside. Let me call him for you. We work together. These days we are making benches for the restaurant." He said this and went inside the house. After a few moments, a very weird kind of person came out. He was dressed up like clown. He was slim smart, long beard like you can judge his face. He had beads in his long beard. He was bald from the front, but he had hair on both sides. With these so-called hairs, he made a ponytail. He was wearing jeans, and on that he had long and light overcoat, but sleeveless. Because of that overcoat, I didn't see his shirt, if he was wearing or not. As he came, he said in a German style of English, "Hello." I was glad of hearing that because he welcomed me with a smile and he was wearing lots of rings in his hands. I said, "So you are Erwin Schatzman?" He said, "Why you are calling me with great respect? I am like you. Call me Erwin. I read your interview and after reading about you, I felt very good and even more than happy when I read that you are from Pakistan." I said, "You didn't have any fear or got angry? They took my interview or interview of some terrorist?" He said, "Forget about all these things. What would you like to drink? Whiskey, wine or something else?" I said, "I don't drink alcohol." He said, then I make milkshake for you. I think come inside because it's very hot here. I entered inside with him. His other friend was still working on wooden statue. When I entered inside, it wasn't a house, it was a museum. He gave me guided tour of his house. He said, whatever you see in this house, I made it by myself. I bought the structure of this house from Swiss government. It was an old house. The mayor of this area decided to demolish all this, and there are other houses, old houses, which he wanted to demolish them. So I used my contacts and bought this old house. I decorated its bathroom. His house was wonderful. His house was wonderful. There were wooden stairs here and there. Then he showed me in his studio where he was working on some painting. He said, by the way, I am famous as a sculptor in Switzerland, but sometime I do painting as well. I said, I don't see statues which you made. When I said this, he looked at me shockingly. So I tried to explain him. Actually, for me, statues are made of marble, stone, and other kind of stones. So that's why I asked you this question. He said, I make wooden statues. We people aren't like Italians and Greeks. Then he further said, let me show you my photos, some photos. He opened his photo album. I thought of my guiding period. These were photos of Gilgit, Chitral, Hunza, Kafristan, Peshawar, Taxila, Takhtabai. In photos there were young boys and girls. They were loaded in some truck. Shotsman told me these are the photos of 1977. We visited Afghanistan and Pakistan and India on a truck. Pakistan is a very beautiful country. The mountains, lakes, valleys, and lush green meadows are very beautiful. Above all, Pakistani's hospitality is number one. I said, and what about their terrorism? He said, he said, this is all propaganda. I am one of the greatest fan of Osama bin Laden. He showed me the big poster of Osama bin Laden. He said, I am very much thankful to him. He stood in front of America. I didn't say anything about all this because Raza already advised me about this. You should not say anything in front of anyone about 9/11. Otherwise, you will have to suffer for that. During conversation, he served me milkshake. We talked for a couple of hours. He was very interesting man. Then I said, I must go now. If you find time, you can come to my asylum center. We will eat together. He said, forget about meal. Let me come with you so you can make Pakistani tea for me. I said, okay, as you wish. He took an old and rustic bicycle and came with me. He said, there is a small jungle next to my house. There is a shortcut from the jungle to your asylum center. Both of us came out from his house. We walked for a few minutes. Then we entered in a thick jungle. On our way, we found so many burned bushes. I thought people came here for picnic. We walked for 15 minutes and we talked on different topics. During his conversation, he didn't show that I am from such a country which is famous, even notorious for its terrorism. Rather, it's a propaganda. We were at some height. He showed me from there. Look, that there is your asylum center. The building you see down there. I saw through trees. I saw my asylum center. We came through that track, and in few minutes, we were in the garden of asylum center. As we entered in asylum center, Sheffer got shocked seeing me with Erwin Schwartzman. Usually Sheffer used to go early, but today he had some important things to do in the asylum center, so he was still there. I offered chair to Erwin Schwartzman and we went inside, and I went inside the kitchen to make tea for both of us. There was hustle and bustle in asylum center like always, except Sheffer and me, nobody knew who came to our asylum center. When I came out from kitchen with cups, when I came out from kitchen with cups of tea, Shaffer and Erwin were talking to each other. Shaffer said to me, "Do you know who he is?" I said, "Yes, I know. He is a famous sculptor of this area." Shaffer said, "Not only sculptor of Winterthur, he is a renowned sculptor of our whole country." I said, "Yes, I have seen his statues. I am just coming from his studio." While we were talking and taking tea, Erwin Schwarzman told me that he used to drink a lot of tea when he visited Pakistan. He told me that we used to be very short of money in those days. I didn't take any degree of art from any university or college. I learned it on my own. He told me further that I studied psychology, but I was fond of making statues. We have a lot of woods in our country, so I started making wooden statues. I used to live in a small room in Winterthur area called Graben. I was lucky enough and people started buying my statues. I said, "And now?" He said, now one advertising company gives me 1000 Swiss franc for the publicity. Whenever they publish it in the newspaper or they show something in TV, they pay me. So it multiplies. I said, "You didn't get married." He said, "There is no need of marriage. If you can buy milk from the market, then there is no need of keeping cow in the house." I know it's a very cheap example, but forget about this topic. I read your interview. You are fond of traveling. Now you tell me when you are available to visit Switzerland with me. I have my own caravan and it's loaded with all accessories. I said, "Right now I can't say anything." When he finished his tea, he said, "I must go now. You have my card. You can call me whenever you want. And don't hesitate to come at my place because I have to complete one project. I was working on it since morning. I came with you just for the fresh air. Now I'm feeling much better, so I will restart my work." I said, "I won't stop you." I accompanied him up to the main road. He took his bicycle and disappeared in the jungle somewhere, the one which we use for coming here. Thank you very much. I hope you like my video. Like my video, subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you very much.